Hey, don't look now, but it might be time for Nintendo to get its famous lawyers ready ahead of the Super Mario Galaxy movie releasing in theaters April 1st. And why? Because the thirst for Nintendo stuff apparently exceeds what's available, the supply running out. And this time, we're finding out there's a company using Nintendo and their characters, perhaps a ripoff, stealing away the IPs, and you won't believe the video game that's on the way. It's me, your pal Pro, and welcome back to the Pro Channel. Ladies and gentlemen, you are seen, appreciated, and heard right here. Nintendo is about to be heard as well, and they're going to be saying lots of loud things to a certain company from a galaxy far, far away who might be ripping off their characters today. As we dive in, click the like button, drop a comment down below, let us know your thoughts, and away we go into the latest news. Folks, it's crazy what you're about to see. Ladies and gentlemen, when you succeed, others will follow your lead. Super Mario Galaxy movie is currently projected to make $150 million at the box office, but that is the minimum. It has now moved, and we're going to use the 5-day because they always like to use the 5-day. So heck, we're going to use it this time. 175 is where they're going with the 5-day holiday box office. I'm doing this to kind of be funny because they're using April Fool's Day as a holiday weekend. And come on, it has no effect on the box office. But anyway, Mario's been moving up. It will not surprise me if it gets up to 180, okay? And so Mario right now, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, very, very popular. Mario is at levels that we've never seen. And that really is something, considering Mario is as well known as Mickey Mouse. Well, now it seems like people have said, you know, I'd like a little bit of that Mario money too. And who might be saying that? Well, folks, out of Video Games Chronicle by Andy Robinson, Amazon hikes Pokopia price as new Pokemon game seemingly sells out everywhere. Okay. Pokemon associated with Nintendo going crazy. Okay, cool. That's going to be big. All right. What about, now wait a minute. What is this?
Oh.
From Nintendo Life, new survival game, Pikmin. Just asking to be sued into oblivion. Ollie Reynolds is talking about this. Hang on a second. What is this?
We've got this on Gamers also, and this is nuts.
Okay, Nintendo. Okay, what is this, Marv? Tell us about Pikmin, because apparently the popularity of Nintendo right now is sending people into a fervor, into a fever, and they got to have more of the Mario stuff.
So not only does the title of Pikmin sound a lot like Pikmin, which is a Nintendo property, but it is Pokemon. There's a character in there that is essentially Pikachu, but with just like very few cosmetic differences. And the main character looks exactly like Link from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, complete with a paraglider that he sails around on. So you see, this is our article from Geeks and Gamers. We have a couple of screenshots in here that you'll see. That's the Pikachu-like character. I mean, kind of looks a bit like Pikachu, doesn't he?
Sure does. Sure does.
Now
makes me wonder if they'll have a game where the object is not to throw up on roller coasters and call it Pukemon.
Like this is the most litigious company on the planet, and you're really gonna test them like this?
So, all right. So I get it that Nintendo and by the way, Pokemon is not owned by Nintendo, but it's heavily associated. This is combining parts of Nintendo at a time when the Mario game is about to take off. And you know they scheduled this around March 10th, which is Mario Day. They're releasing it just before. I mean, that looks like Link from Zelda. You got these characters that look like Pokemon. Okay, so I get that they're trying to capitalize on the popularity. And, you know, look, there's a cow from Moo Moo Meadows. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway. So the question is, though, does it cross that line?
They captured them with cards, because when they sued Pal World, it was because it was a Monster Hunter type game where you captured them using orbs like Pokeballs, and that was Nintendo's whole thing. So now they're just like, okay, well, we'll rip off everything except for the orbs. It'll just be using cards, and then you can't say anything.
But does it cross the line? Like, I get that it is reflective of those genres and those IPs. I get that. But have they done anything? And Jonas, maybe you know the answer to this better than we. I don't know where they've gone. Like, there's Roadhog. That's from Overwatch. Good Lord. Maybe they are just ripping off stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of this is AI generated when they do it. That looks like a flying Mewtwo. This is very obviously Link from Legend of Zelda. He's even, you know, this is. I almost wonder what the strategy is in trying to get Nintendo to sue you. I don't know if they saw that Pal World money and they said, "Oh, well, let's do this for a little while," and end up in a situation where they can't sue us. The trailer that Marv and I examined yesterday in getting this together for that Park Place and Geeks and Gamers, they had some difference. It used to be Poke Game was the name of the company, or Poke Games, and then they changed it to Pocket Games because that's totally different. That's 25% change right there.
And this is the only game Pocket Games has ever created. But if you look at the end of this trailer, it says Poke Games. If you look at the beginning of this trailer, it says Pocket Games. So we don't know if it was like they like had a typo at the end of this, or if they were trying to say Poke Games and realized that was a little too much and switch it to Pocket Games, which again, Pocket Games, Pokemon was originally called Pocket Monsters. So
yeah. Right, so in looking at all of this, I think what's funny is they're also in a way ripping off the idea, and I'm using the word rip off. I don't actually mean, because it's legally a very mushy term to say that something is ripping something else off. It's not a specific legal term, so I can use that term when I say someone is ripping off something else. It's a safe area to stay in, because look at this. They are ripping off Pal World in all of this. At least the idea of saying, well, we're going to do a Pokemon game, but our Pokemon's going to have beer, and our Pokemon's going to have hot chicks, and our Pokemon's going to have, whatever. So, I think that Nintendo at this point, if they have the option to sue someone, they probably will sue someone, or they will threaten to sue someone.
It's not a question of option, because remember, in all of these things, if you don't defend your copyright, you wind up losing it by dilution. It's why we all say Kleenex instead of facial tissue.
That's true.
They have to. If they weren't the most litigious company in the world, they would still have to. And maybe what all these people are trying to do is keep throwing it and keep throwing it and keep throwing it, hoping they'll lose one. And when they do, it's Katie bar the door, everything's wide open.
So, okay, but where is this company from that's making this? Because I'm with you guys. I think there's a lot of AI that might be, because it looks to me like it's not just Nintendo. I mean, I saw a character from a Blizzard game in there. I've seen a character that looks like it's very heavily influenced from Sony. So it just seems to be, I mean, largely it's Nintendo, but it's a kaleidoscope of of Western companies' stuff and Japanese companies. Is this a company out of China? Like, is there some place that they're defended from legal pursuit?
I mean, yes, it's very difficult to sue someone in China because the Chinese government will. What is it, that scene in Arrested Development where they say George Sr. found a loophole in the Mexican judicial system, and he just holds up a wad of cash and says, "I have money." In right. China, if you're in the favor of the party, I think you're going to get away with whatever you want to get away with. Intellectual property is a joke over there.
It's not just you're in favor; it's an intent to degrade the West. It's an intent that in every forum, in every arena, whether it's military, whether it's social, whether it's legal, anything we can do that makes them weaker makes us stronger. That's their attitude.
Well, here's something to think about, though. I would rather be Nintendo and facing a future where I have to sue over this and chase somebody down, wherever they might be in Beijing or Myanmar, wherever it is, and try to get this stuff taken down. I would rather be Nintendo than be Disney, where I guarantee you there is no movie featuring Hopper's beavers anywhere in the world right now. I would rather be Nintendo, and everybody wants to copy me and everybody wants to have my stuff, than be Disney, that nobody wants to touch it.
Because it's a failure.
That's right. This is what success looks like. It's the unsavory side of success. And I don't know if, how the legal movements will go, the challenges. I have no idea. I suspect that this company is located somewhere that it's going to be difficult to pursue them, but we'll find out, folks. We'll cover it as it happens. But just know that when Mario is projected to make the kind of money that Mario is projected to make, and when the games are selling well and the Switch 2 is doing what it's doing, this is what happens. Others want a piece of the pie, even sometimes, and I'm not saying this definitively, but even sometimes from third world countries who say, you know what if we just rip the whole thing off? I don't know if that's what's happening here, but I got a feeling that's what the lawyers for Nintendo are likely to say. And folks, let the credits roll for this one. Well, it is in the bank. We are done here. We're over and out. But before we go, there's one thing we must shout to you, and we do it in the kindest way possible. Folks, it would be such a pleasure if you could consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, and that notification bell. Click it, stick it to the algorithms. You bet. Don't forget also, as you get ready to leave, drop a comment down below if you have not yet, for we would love to know what's on your mind. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, so waste not yours. Join a community dialogue. Folks, as we get ready to leave, we say to you, and we mean it, keep learning, keep growing, and no matter what the world might do or what your station might be, up or down, you keep having fun.